Alright, so this is the temple of Horus. Horus is the god of the protection. This city is called Edfu, E-D-F-U. The city in ancient time was called Ekbu. Later on, when the Greek people came here to Egypt, they called the city of Apollopolis, or Apollopolis city. Apollopolis, it means the city of the god Apollo, the god of the light for the Greek people. Later on, when the Christians came here, they called this city Edbu. Later on, when the Arab people came here in 641 AD, they called the city Edfu. In the city of Edfu, it happened that during the Ptolemies' time, when they came to Egypt, they came here and they built the temple of Horus here in this city. Horus, the god of the protection. So around these stories, the Ptolemies came and they started building a huge and beautiful temple. And this temple, one of the best preserved temples in the whole of Egypt. This is the temple of Horus, the god of the protection. If you look just behind you here, you can see a small room. This small room is called the birth room. They thought that Isis gave birth for her son Horus in this one. Okay. If you look at the top of the capital, you can see like a dwarf. It's Bes, a god. His name Bes, the god of birth, or responsible of the birth in ancient time. This is just a little one, or a little room, and a separate one, because in the Ptolemies time, or Ptolemy's temple, they used to have a birth room like this. When you start to look at the temple also, on the left hand side you can see the king, while the king is fighting against the enemies of Egypt, and the top of his head you can see the vulture. Can you see the vulture? Yeah. So this vulture are the symbol of the protection, actually flying with the king in every place, and keep telling the stories for the king, or can even have a certain way for communication with each other. Like for example, when today we watch the Adventures of Sinbad, we can see the bird with him, and all the time they like communicate with each other if there any danger around him. It's exactly the same idea in ancient time. They have this one as a symbol of the protection, flying everywhere, and they keep telling many stories to the king himself. And in front of the king standing Horus, the god of the protection. On the top of his head you can see the two crowns representing upper and lower of Egypt, and behind him standing his wife, the goddess Hathor, and having also the two crowns of upper and lower of Egypt. On the other side of the entrance you can see the same scene for Horus, his wife, and also the king himself while he's smiting against the enemies of Egypt. And the top of the entrance you can see the winged sun disk with the cobra in the middle. Okay, and the entrance down you can see the two falcons. Okay, in ancient time, by the way, they used to have a big festival here called reunion between Horus and Hathor. During the festival of Horus, one of the main festivals, it's called the choice of the falcon. They used to get like 7 falcon birds here, and the king coming to the temple, and they can put the falcons, okay, and like a queue, right? And the king start coming, okay, in his majesty, and some people coming behind him. If any of these falcons start moving his head, this means that this falcon can be chosen to be at the best falcon of all of them, and they can put in a golden box, and they can take a very good care of this one, because this falcon is the one he is representing the god Horus, the god of the protection himself. Okay, so this is about the choice of the falcon. About reunion festival in ancient time, they built a temple for Horus here in this city, and they built another temple for Hathor in a place called Dendara, around 200 kilometers north of Edfu city.